afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Assalamu alaikum. I hope everyone is doing well today. My name is Cassandra Muhammad, and we're going to go into another conversation about self, a relationship with self, but it's about accountability. When does God hold you responsible for your sins? And I grew up learning that it was 12 years old that when a young girl or a young boy, when they reach 12, become responsible for their sins. Now, I don't know if anybody else was taught like that, but that's how I was taught, that it was at that age. But listen to this. It says, what do we mean by the age of accountability? In essence, it is the age at which a child becomes accountable to God and answerable to Him for his or her sins, which you can find that in Matthew 12 and 36. So that means to me, at a relationship, at a time in your age, by the time you reach 12, let's just say 12 is that age. But by the time you reach 12, you should be at a area in your life, or I don't want to say area, that's the wrong word. By the time you reach 12, you should have some stability. If you're having accountability, then you should have some stability. Am I not correct on that? I mean, what is accountability without stability? Because stability has responsibility attached to it. So here you have accountability, stability, and responsibility. All those words basically are linked together, because when you reach 12, you should have a relationship with yourself to where there is a level of balance of spirituality in your life that will allow you not to commit grave sins against the word of God, or basically against yourself, because God puts that word out there for you, his word, He put his word out there for you to follow. So by the time you become able at an age to know right from wrong, okay, it says, listen to this. They say we may draw conclusions from the Bible and based on those come to some understanding of the factors that come into play. But there are no absolutes to indicate at which part during formative years of a child the transition to spirituality, accountability takes place. Okay, accountability takes place when you have outgrown an area. I mean, it's like having when you're pregnant. Well, that baby can't stay in there forever. The baby has outgrown that space. That baby has gained everything it needs. It has become balanced to be able to be born and come out into the world and survive. That baby has lungs, it has both arms, it has head, eyes, mouth. It has what it needs in order to go to the next level. And this is a lot of what our children are missing, especially our black children. I'm black, I'm dealing with black issues. Okay? Black children, they need that stability. They need to know. They need that awakening inside of them, that God conscience that keeps them from going outside of the bounds of God. Because if you don't teach them that, if you don't give them that by the time that they are 12, that means that their actions, part of that you have to pay for as a parent or as a guardian for them. You have to pay for that. And then they're responsible for the part of what they're doing or saying. We have to get a relationship with ourselves. When you do not, the relationship is the physical and the spiritual, or the flesh and the spiritual. Those two have to be cultivated and become one. But spirituality must be in control, must be the leader of that flesh. Not that flesh being the leader of itself and putting the spirituality behind. No, it has to be the spirituality in the lead, in the front. And I'm talking about the knowledge of God and the knowledge of who you are. You have to find out who you are. I mean, children must be taught. They must have an example of what humanity is, their humanity first. Falling in love with self first, dealing with self first. You can't churn these children out on a conveyor belt. You're just spitting them out in society. They are no contribution to society, and not being a contribution to society means that they weren't a contribution to themselves. You can't keep spitting these kind of people out in society and expect to have a good society. Look at society. This means that these people are out here, these children were let out here and was not made one with themselves. A knowledge of self, a knowledge of how to love themselves. Getting a knowledge of what to eat, the proper foods to eat when they're young. So they don't get out here and start eating pork and all other things, artificial flavors and colors and tastes and stuff. You know, you will be more careful about what you put into your body. This is very, very, very important. The proper knowledge on how to take care of your hair. The proper knowledge on how to take care of your mouth. The proper knowledge on how to properly take care of your skin. How to take care of your heart. How to take care of your lungs. All of these things matter. This is important. And stomach health, your bone health. There are different types of health and developing relationship with yourself. I mean, that's how you get to know yourself. That's how you learn how to take care of yourself. That's how you learn what yourself needs, how much of it needs. Once you, let your mind know that, hey, I take care of this part of me, then your mind will grow. It will encompass those areas that you take care of. Then it will start gathering knowledge and giving it to you for you. This thing that I don't know, it's just, I sit and I watch and I pay attention and I apply, the little knowledge that God has allowed me to have. But, what he has taught me is that self-knowledge is first. That's the best knowledge because it's first. It has to come before anybody else. It has to come before you bringing anybody else into your life. It's self first. Once you know self, then when you have a child, then you will know how to teach that child about itself, how to consider itself, how to take care of him or herself. Then, your husband, your significant other come into your life. But, because you know how to take care of yourself, if he may not have learned that, then you can help, or if she may not have learned that, then you can help them develop their self if that person is meant to be with you, if that is your true soulmate. And I do have a video up on Patreon explaining and describing how you know when a person is for you and how you know when a person is not for you. It's so simple. You can't get any simple than that. Simple knowledge. Okay, it applies. You might once you hear it, you be like, dang, I do that. You might even realize like, I do this, and you hadn't even noticed that you do that. I mean, so we have to come into the knowledge of self. Okay, self knowledge is the basis for community development. Okay, good manners start at home and then spread abroad. You can't fake the funk. I don't care. A lot of people, you get a lot of people out there and they try to fake the funk, but you can't fake the funk. It's got to be real. It's either real or it's not going to work. That's just all it is to it, brothers and sisters. It's either real or it's not going to work. So, we have to, don't lie to yourself. If you're not truthful with anybody else, be truthful with yourself. Okay? When you're truthful with yourself, then everything else will fall into work. Will fall in line. I don't get as many, I get views, but I don't get like a lot of comments like I would like on this, so that we can delve into, this relationship with ourselves. I really would like for us to do that. I would really love for that to become a part of us, and we talk about it. I mean, a lot of people don't like to deal with self. I'm just being honest with you. They like to look out and point all those other fingers out, but not point any in, for themselves. So in the King James Version, Matthew 12:36, what it says is, but I say unto you that every idle word that men shall speak, they shall give account thereof in the day of judgment. For thy words thou shalt be justified, and by thy words thou shalt be condemned. Okay? Basically, when we speak, we should be speaking life to someone. Remember when it was Mary was pregnant? It was Mary. I can't think of who she spoke to, but she was pregnant with John. And when Mary spoke to her, John leaped in her womb. She spoke life to Mary. Mary accepted that life, and she fed that life to her child. Development, connecting your child to self, starts in the womb. You connect that child to God in the womb. You can't be out living the life of this world. We have to come out. God is condemning this world. This world has been condemned. This is why you see all the destruction. And unless you make a connection with yourself, then you won't be willing to come out. The fact that you're not coming out is the fact that you have not become one with yourself. You still like to eat all manner of food and go out and enjoy this sick entertainment that they have, the movies and all this type of stuff. You really have to come out of the world. Because once you come out of this world, then God opens your eyes to the new world. He opens your eyes to his promise. But you're holding your own self back when you don't attempt to connect with self. I'm driving that connection with self, because if you're not connected with self, you will not be successful, because you don't know yourself. You don't even know what your self desires really are. You don't even know what yourself really wants, because you have not connected with that spirituality, that self. You have not become one with and let the spiritual realm, the spiritual self, lead you to help you control that flesh of the things that you crave. Give your children a head start, because that starts in the womb. So by the time they reach an age, just say they reach the age of 12. When they reach the age of 12, then they have gained that balance, that stability, that responsibility for that age. And then it carries them to the next stage. And once they reach that next stage, then they go into another existence. See, you're in different existences. So when you raise them up right, they come up right. Teach a child in the way that he or she must go, and they will never depart from it. If your child is departing from what you taught, then you didn't teach them the right knowledge. It's your responsibility to acquire the right knowledge in order to bring stability into your life. So you're responsible. So you have to start teaching that at a young age. Responsibility should be taught at a very, very, very young age. I would like to thank you for taking time out to listen to my words. I hope that I am reaching people that might need what I'm saying. Somebody out there needs what I'm saying. And no doubt about that. That's how God works. Somebody needs what I'm saying. I needed it. What somebody was saying. And it helped me to grow, to come out of living a worldly life. The Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad says that, he said that if I can't shame you, I can't change you. So anybody that you can't change by shaming, you might as well lead them to God. So I just wanted to come out and bring a few words of inspiration and light to my brothers and sisters. I'm learning how to fall in love with you by learning how to fall in love with myself. I hope this was good for those that that listened to it. I hope you like, share, comment, and subscribe. I look forward to you doing that. And I'm hoping to be able to talk to you again. I'm going to put the links to my my Instagram. And I also have a Black Junction account, and I have a Facebook account. So I'm going to put all that information in the description box for you. And I also have a Patreon. Patreon is where the video of how to know if, the person that you've met that you would like to start a life with, to know if that person is for you or not. I hope that you go and join the Patreon, listen to that video, leave a comment, invite others to come and listen to that video. So have discussions. I would really love to see a discussion about that. So have a wonderful, blessed day, and I will catch you on the next video.